Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Today's a quick review for a new RTA from Hellvape. It's going to be a new addition to the Rabbit range. Now the Rabbit range of RTAs and RDAs, they've been going now for quite a few years. This one, like I said, is going to be a new addition. Unlike most of the other rabbits in the past, he's not been eating his vegetables or his carrots. He's been eating more of the sugar frosted carrot cake. Get a bit fat, hence the name, the Fat Rabbit RTA. It's going to be predominantly a dual coil. You could put in a single coil in there. It needs to be a big, beefy single coil, I must say. I prefer this in dual coil, obviously. Like I said, it's going to be quite a big one. It's going to be 28.4mm in diameter. So yeah, what we'll do first, go down, open the packaging, show what's inside, show you under the RTA itself, throw in a build, come back up top, and we'll talk about the Fat Rabbit RTA. Okay, here we got a box for the Fat Rabbit RTA. It's going to be the usual Hellvape orange box. It says Hellvape, the Rabbit logo, Fat Rabbit RTA, and dual airflow system. Look around the box quickly. On the back, a few details there. On the back here, it tells you what's included. It does tell you about the coils. These will be a 0.37 Ni80 fused Clapton coil. It says it on the box, but on the little bag of coils and cotton doesn't tell you, but it is here on the back of the box. This will be a little sleeve, slide it open, usual Hellvape. Inside, get a few things. We'll get the usual Hellvape user manual, a bag of all your spare O-rings and glove screws, another little bag with some cotton and coils. Like I say, on the bag, doesn't tell what these coils are, it is on the back of that box. Also get a little leg cutting tool. This one is going to be marked here. They recommend to cut your legs at 6mm. I'll be cutting mine about 5.5. But yeah, you got this one here from 8, 7, 6, 5 and 4. But I always use my coiling tool, obviously. And a spare glass tank. This is going to be straight glass. The RTA is going to be straight glass. No bubble with this one. It's going to be a 28.4mm RTA. So I don't think bubble glass will look really good. So it's nice you got a spare straight glass. And then of course the Fat Rabbit RTA itself. Some size of this one. It's going to be a 28.4mm diameter RTA, not 28, 28.4. Height-wise, from the base to the top, not counting the drip tip or the threads, with 56.4mm. Capacity-wise, this will hold 5.5 mils of e-liquid. Like I said, in the box, you get another spare, straight glass, no bubble. I think this one with the bubble glass is a bit silly. So yeah, it's nice you've got a spare, straight one. On the top, it's got an 810 drip tip. Pop that off. Little O-ring there to hold it in place. Bit of knurling here. It's going to be like 1/3 of a turn. And take that off. You can see a little bayonet system there. O-ring to make a seal. Two nice size filling parts there. Really easy to fill, I must say. Like I said, put it back on. 1/3 of a turn. And it's done. Below that will be the glass. In the centre here will be your side airflow. You've got 4 holes this side. 4 holes this side, so you can close it off by 1 or half at a time. Fully closed, it stops. Fully open, it stops. Below that will be the Rabbit logo, nice and simple engraved. And on this side, it does say Fat Rabbit. My one's going to be slightly engraved with a silver. The bottom part here will be your bottom airflow. Again, it's going to be dual airflow each side. Slide it all the way closed, it stops. All the way open, it stops. On the base, just CE mark, don't throw it in the bin. Hellvape, no serial number or anything like that. Quite a plain little base, this one. Gold plated 510 pin. This part here you can undo. You take off that part first. Get hold of this and unscrew. This will come off. So that's how you can change the glass if you break it or you want to clean it all. This is where your juice is going to go down into the build deck itself. Put it back on again. Now to access the deck for this one, it's a bit fiddly. It's going to be like a bayonet system at the base. It is a bit fiddly, I must say. That'll be my one little gripe. I wish that there'd been a little mark or a little line here to show you when it was turned around enough to open, turned around enough to be closed. What you got to do is turn the airflow fully closed there, fully open there, and then hold this part here and this part and twist. If you twist it around, it will pop out, he says. It's quite tight, I must say. But yeah, it's like a little bayonet system. There's a little notch there, and a little notch there. This goes in this notch here and here. So you got to line it up. drop it into place, push it in, then you got to make sure you turn it all the way around properly to fully close it. If you don't close it properly, that side airflow will be sort of off center slightly. So hold this part, keep turning it. When you find that your airflow, the base and the side airflow are matching, then you know it's fully closed. If you've got your airflow sort of like this, where it's off center slightly, this airflow under the coil is fine, but the side airflow will hit the coils at a funny angle. So make sure you just turn it around, hold this part, turn it all the way around, and then just check. I see there, this part line up, so it's fine. Take off this build deck, like so. It's a very simple build deck. It's going to be pulseless deck. It's going to be dual coil. You can put a single coil in here, but it needs to be a real big, beefy one, because your wicking parts here are quite big. I've been using 3mm inner diameter coils, getting 2 in here quite easy. If it's like a 3.5 or 4mm, it might be a tight push to get 2 coils in. Like I said, if you want to use 1 coil, a big beefy coil, you need a lot of cotton to go in here. So yeah, airflow comes up under the coil. It's not like a honeycomb, it's like a little slot, and also come at the side as well. This side with your 2 posts, flathead on both sides. It's quite simple, this one. This part here will be your positive block because of the peak insulator. Negative post here, so 1 coil here, 1 coil here. Push it over the air holes, close as possible, but obviously not touching, and then just wick it up. Quite a simple little build deck, easy to build on. But like I said, if you want to use it as a single coil, you need a big juicy coil, because you need a lot of cotton to go inside here to help fill up this whole part. Undo these quickly. Like I said, they do recommend cutting your legs at 6mm. I've been cutting mine at 5.5, which is fine. I cut mine at 5.5 for a reason. When I vape on this, I use mainly the bottom airflow, not the side. I will use the side airflow to show you how it feels, but I prefer this one with the side airflow closed off totally, and just the airflow coming in under the bottom here and up under the coil. So yeah, what we'll do is put in a quick build. I'll put up my dual battery device. This will be the Gaia from Ultrona and Fallout Vape. The coils today with an H-Vape, obviously. It's going to be the 3-core parallel fused Clapton coil in the diameter of 3mm, about a 0.45. It's going to be dual coil. Should be about a 0.25, 0.22 by the time I finish. Like I said, I cut my legs already on my coiling tool at 5.5mm. Literally, I'm going to turn this off first. Get 1 coil, just drop it straight down in the holes. Hold it in place and then screw it in. Gonna pull it around slightly. Get the second coil. Straight in. Hold it down and screw that one in as well. About there's been fine for me. You've got a little bit of a gap there. Can you get it a little bit closer if I wanted to? Just gotta be careful that these 2 coils don't touch each other. That's very close. I like mine as close as you can so that the airflow comes underneath here and it's a coil at the side and slightly underneath. Move that to one side. So let's check what the ohms came in at. That came in at a 0.21. It will change when I dry fire it a few times. Let's turn this down. 20 watts first to start with. Give it a few dry fires. Because one coil is firing before the other one. I'm going to check my post screws. They might not be quite tight enough. Sometimes if you have a dual coil, one won't fire straight away. It means maybe the wires aren't quite, the screws aren't quite down tight enough. And these coils are being really awkward today. It's getting better. That's better. Gonna move that coil, like I said, slightly away again. It's not a really big build deck, considering it's 20mm. It is a bit of a tight squeeze, getting 2 coils in there. Just gotta be careful to not touching. That's now glowing nicely. So yeah, like I said, if you could use like a 4.5 or 4mm coil, just do a single coil. I find that 3mm, these ones, is going to be the maximum size that I can get in here without them touching. Because I like mine to come under the airflow, so the airflow comes under and hits the coil at the side and underneath just slightly. So yeah, let it cool down, we'll rig it up. Cotton today will be my fallout shoelaces, 3mm in the diameter. Just get your cotton, pull it straight through. Cut it more or less to the edge of the deck itself. Give it a bit of a fluff out. Trim it up slightly. I cut mine at a slight angle at the edges. You need enough cotton in there to fill those juice wicks, but not too much though. If it's a bit too tight, take it out, thin the cotton a bit more. This is quite tight, but I've been doing mine. Depends what sort of juice you're using. Mine's going to be a 70-30 juice. The juice I'm going to use today, clean up all these little cotton bits. It's going to be my IVG Rye Berry Lemonade. So yeah, that's how you coil and wick this one. Get the top cap, put it on top, just turn it around till you feel it fall into place. When it's in place, take off the device. It's a bit fiddly to put the base on when it's screwed down on the device. It's better when you unscrew it. So like I said, hold this middle airflow ring fully open, this one fully closed. Hold this part and just twist all the way around. Then open this bottom airflow and make sure it's lining up here with this one. That will be fine. So yeah, we'll fill it up. Like I said, 5.5 mils of e-liquid. So yeah, that's going to be Fat Rabbit all filled up. Like I said, I personally have been vaping my one with the bottom airflow open, the side airflow closed. That's just my style of vaping. We'll talk about that later on. So yeah, let's go up top, have a vape, have a talk. So yeah, that's a Fat Rabbit up close and personal. It's like the same building here. It's settled down at a 0.23. I've got my airflow fully open at the bottom, but the side airflow totally closed off. Gonna fire this one at 40 watts. Have a quick vape. With the airflow fully open at the bottom, it's a slight restricted direct to lung. If I fully open the side and the bottom, so both of them fully open. For me, it's just too much air. It's nice you've got the option of having just either undercoil airflow or side airflow or a combination of both together, but I personally prefer this one with the airflow just under the coil, the side airflow just closed off totally. But like I said, if you like a real nice airy vape, this one, the Fat Rabbit, can really adjust. Like I said, maybe have half open at the side, half open underneath, and try that way. It's one of those ones that you got to play around with to find your style. But like I said, for me, fully open at the bottom is my style. It is a real direct to lung, but it's got a slight restriction to it. Gonna go over the build of this one. This one is a real solid build RTA, I must say. Nice and heavy. When I first got this up in the box, I instantly thought Steam Crave RTA. It looks very similar in style to a lot of Steam Crave. That's not a bad thing. because Steam crates are usually really good RTAs. This one, the Fat Rabbit, sorry, is a real good build, really solid, really heavy. Like I said, in the box you get a spare glass. They both could be straight glass. I think this one with a bubble glass will look a bit stupid. So yeah, the build quality, I've had no issues. Gonna go over the good points and the bad points. Gonna start with the good points first, because the bad points, it's only gonna be one bad point really. Good point will be, obviously, the build quality is good. Those deck being pulseless, really easy. I cut my legs at 5.5mm. They do recommend 6, I find 5.5 because I am using just the airflow under the coil. You want to use both the undercoil and side airflow. Play around, cut them at 6, 6.5, but I want mine down as low as possible to the deck, so I go for 5.5. It's been really good for me. Easy to wick. Those wicking parts are quite big though. If you use a single coil, a big chunky one, you need to have quite a lot of cotton going in there to fill out juice holes. Dual coil wise, I've had no issues. Like I showed you, my cotton is quite tight in there. I've had no issues with wicking. We'll say really good flavour. Talk about that later on. So yeah, build wise, no issues. That build deck, easy to build, easy to wick. Dual coil, I've got my 2 coils in there. They're both in a diameter of 3mm. You could get a 3.5 in there at a push. I think a 4mm coil dual wise will be a bit too tight. 3.5 is going to be maximum for me. But yeah, really enjoying the build quality. Simple to build, I must say, and really, really good wicking with this one. The only bad point I've got will be like I showed you up close. That base, it is like a bayonet system. You've got to turn it a certain way. When it's fully turned, you can pop off the tank and change your wick and cotton, obviously. But when you put it back on again, though, you need to make sure you turn it all the way around properly. Because that airflow at the side and underneath aren't lining up, the side airflow will hit the coils at a funny angle. So when you first put it back together, turn it around as tight as possible. Make sure the air holes are lining up at the side and underneath, and it will be fine. I wish they'd have done it a different way. I'm not quite happy with that bayonet system, but you get used to it. But when I first got it, it was fiddly as hell. But yeah, over time, I've got used to it. Gonna get onto the flavour of this one. Like I said, this is my dual coil in here. For me, flavour wise, easy at 8.5 to 9. If I open the airflow at the side as well though, so it's fully open side and bottom, just too much air for me, and I find that the flavour drops slightly. But like I said, if you close say half at the side and half at the bottom, so I've got 2 holes at the side, half a slot at the bottom. Again, a nice solid 8.5 to 9. It's just fully open. It's just too much air. That flavour drops slightly. So yeah, it's been a real good RTA, I must say. This one was sent to me from SourceMore, so big thanks to them. As always, SourceMore gave me a discount code. Be down below in the description. If you buy it on SourceMore's website, use that code to get a discount. So yeah, that's my thoughts and my opinions on the Fat Rabbit RTA from Hellvape. Guys and girls, hope you liked the video. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up. Disliked it, give it a thumbs down. If you're new to me, not seen me before, why not hit the button down below to subscribe. If you do subscribe, hit the little bell for notifications. And yeah, guys and girls, I will see you all on the next one.